Hi, Virgo, and welcome to Hoodie Priestess Tarot. I'm Jodine, your host, and let's consult the Modern Life Oracle cards to find out who's thinking about you. Who's got Virgo on their mind, please? Who's thinking about Virgo lately? The human charger. This person is wired. Doesn't come out very often. It's come out for me, though, when I asked that question for myself. Okay, so what is it that human charger is thinking about Virgo? Or what is it that Virgo needs to know about the human charger? We're going to ask the out-of-hand tarot deck for clarification on those questions. Okay, for Virgo. And we have the King of Cups. The World. The Three of Swords. And what's on the bottom of the deck is the Empress. The Empress is a frequent flyer this whole week, I'll tell you that. So we have a card of Taurus here. Well, what do I make of this? Let me put my glasses on. We've got the human charger, and we have the King of Cups, which is somebody who you usually consider to be pretty emotionally mature. And we've got either the ending or the beginning of a cycle, and we've got some heartache of some sort, okay? I wonder if the human charger isn't in some kind of counseling for heartbreak or some sort of trauma or some sort of psychology related disturbance, because the Three of Swords is, the suit of swords is the suit of the mind. So some kind of disturbance. Either that or the human charger was really in love with someone who broke their heart. I think both of those things are true. King of Cups can be the card of someone who loves you a lot. It's also a good card for a counselor. A lot of times you see King of Cups out on the ocean and sitting very calmly while like a tsunami rages in the background, or very turbulent waves. So it can be somebody who counsels and gives advice. It could be somebody who's really emotionally mature. It could be a person who loves you. But I think the human charger is ending a cycle. It was one that was very hard on them. And I think they're getting some help for it. So when I see Empress, I see that this is somebody who's very important to you. If it's not a pregnant person, it's really hard to miss the fact that this deck emphasizes the pregnancy part of the Empress card. But of course, there's more to Empress than that. The Empress is a very important person, and the Empress is usually somebody who's pretty laid back and relaxed and enjoys their life. It's a very creative person or a very productive person, okay? And underneath the Empress card, we have the Lovers. So Virgo, I'm thinking that the human charger is somebody you love. Now, it could be a romantic relationship, or it could be just like besties, or it could be a work partnership. But it's not just any old acquaintance. This is somebody really important. And then Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is somebody who's good looking. She's a lot more than that too. She's confident, she's bold, she's creative, she's a little witchy, so she's intuitive, she might have some psychic abilities. There's a lot to the Queen of Wands, but noteworthy, when we see Queen of Wands, we're usually thinking of somebody that's good looking. Maybe you think the human charger is a pretty good looking person and somebody who's getting a lot of attention. Okay, Queen of Wands is somebody who does get a lot of attention. Or it could be that they're getting recognized for something they've achieved in their life. It could be they're graduating from a program. But the foremost thing on the table is that I think the person has ended the cycle of a relationship with somebody and is coming out of it broken heart and maybe getting counsel about it. Okay. But they're thinking about you. All right. Who else is thinking about our Virgos? Who's got our Virgos on the mind? We'll find out. The professional binge watcher is thinking about you, Virgo. Oh, they really are binge watching too. Okay. So what is it that Virgo needs to know about the professional binge watcher? Three of Cups. Knight of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. What's on the bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords again. Heartbreak or betrayal. I think this professional binge watcher is somebody who's very interested in you, Virgo. It looks to me like they might have asked you out on a date. Knight of Cups might be somebody who comes and asks you out on... This looks like it could be a date. Or it could be one of your friends. One of your friends who like to start a romantic relation with you. Or... this can be a card of just offering friendship too, but it looks like you're already friends. I don't know. Maybe this is a person trying to offer you friendship. Somebody's interested in you, long story short. And maybe they've made an invitation and they're waiting for a reply. Otherwise, this might be the card of evaluating a relationship. Some of you might be involved with a person who's evaluating your relationship to see if it's worth the effort that's being put into it. You could be evaluating the relationship you have with the professional binge watcher to see if you think it's worth the effort that you've put into it. Okay? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But there's a Three of Swords. Somebody's disappointed, or somebody is disillusioned, or somebody has been hurt in some way. And right underneath that, too, is that World card again. So are we coming to an end of a cycle with somebody? Or is somebody coming to an end of a cycle with us? I don't know. But that's what I have for the professional binge watcher. Let's ask one more time who is thinking about our dear Virgos. And then we're going to ask who Virgo's thinking about. Okay, who's thinking about Virgo? One last question here. Who's got Virgo on their mind? The inbox 0 hero. Inbox 0 hero. Thinking about you, Virgo. All right. What does Virgo need to know about this inbox 0 hero? The Page of Wands. The page always has a message. What is the message of the Page of Wands? We'll shuffle again and find out. What is the message of the Page of Wands? It's the Knight of Wands. This is fiery. So far, we've got fire. Fire in the hole! I hope nothing blows up. Take action on something. Okay. So now I still want 2 more clarifiers on the inbox 0 hero, please, for Virgo. Thank you. 4 of Cups. Look at the picture there. Somebody's trying to get somebody else's attention, but they're too busy watching TV. Can you tell? Okay. And we have the Star. The inbox 0 hero. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles again. That making an investment and then evaluating if it was a good investment. Could be some amount of waiting around. Emphasis being on one or the other, depending on the context. Sometimes it can be a card of getting what you deserve, but I don't know that that's what we're looking at here. Take action. Is this person wanting to take action with you, or are you wanting to take action with them? Here is the Star, which means somebody's wishing for somebody else. Somebody thinks a lot of somebody else. Somebody's wishing and longing for. So I don't know if it's them for you or if it's you for them. But I don't know necessarily that the feelings are mutual. Because somebody's trying to get somebody else's attention here. And it's kind of like, I'm so into my own thing that I can't pay attention to you. Which could be code for I'm not that into you. Because if they were, they'd drop what they were doing, right? Now, is this you or is that them? Whoever it is, I think the other party is going to be making an evaluation. Are my interests well spent? Maybe I should put my interests somewhere else. Maybe I've been wasting my time. Maybe I shouldn't wait anymore. Or God knows, maybe they're going to continue to wait. I hope they don't. And if it's for you, I hope that you're not waiting on somebody who's, you know. All right. So we've looked at inbox 0 hero. We've looked at professional binge watcher. What was the first one? Let's ask who Virgo is thinking about. Who's on Virgo's mind lately? You ready? The inbox 0 hero. Virgo, I think you're thinking about them and they don't have time for you. Do you want me to go further? You want me to pull more cards on that? Should we ask who else you're thinking about? Because I kind of feel like we just did a rundown of that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Inbox 0 hero for Virgo. Let's see how they're feeling about this person, what they're thinking. They've got that person on their mind. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you feel left out. You feel like this is the card of looking in the mirror and saying, oh, there's something wrong with me. I'm not getting attention from them because I'm not good enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not enough of that, or I'm too much of the other thing, or I'm not right. I'm not right. There's something wrong with me. Or this is the card of missing somebody, of standing on the outside looking in. And it Four of Pentacles, and yet you're hanging on. Oh gosh, I've been there. You're hanging on. You're waiting. You are waiting. It is that Seven of Pentacles. The Hierophant. You're waiting for some kind of commitment from them. Oh. Virgo, honey, that's a tough one. What's on the bottom of the deck? But I think we've all been there. You're not alone. I want you to know that. Yeah, there's the star. You're wishing and hoping on this person. You think they're a star. Maybe they are. I mean, if you like them, there's something good about them. But according to these cards on the table, they're not that into you. Maybe that's what you are looking at me to find out. I don't like to give that news, but I don't want you to wait too long. And I don't want you to sit there and give yourself a good going over and finding, oh, there's this wrong with me and that wrong with me. And the reason why they don't have time for you has probably got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. It usually is that way. Okay? Okay? Don't wait on somebody who's not giving you what you need. Okay. Who else, if they're giving you, if they really like you, they're going to give you what they need. Nothing, wild horses couldn't stop them. When have you loved somebody, Virgo? How did you feel about them? Did you feel like, don't bother me with it? I don't think so. It's a hard thing. But it's probably a blessing, okay? Keep that in mind. What do they say? It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Maybe because there's somebody better around the corner. Maybe because this person isn't as great as you think they are. And you're being saved from having to find that out. Okay? All right, who's Virgo thinking about? The show must go on. Who's Virgo thinking about? We shall see. You're thinking about me, the emoji overuser. Thank you for thinking about me. Oh, do I want to know what you're thinking about me? Maybe not. All right, well, let's look anyway, because we're stubborn and brave. What is Virgo thinking about the emoji overuser? All right. Ace of Cups. I don't know a lot yet, but I can tell there's some feeling. Okay, there's some feeling there. Four of Cups. Again. Damn, this Four of Cups. Four of Cups kind of sucks as a tarot card. Star. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Eight of Wands. Is this somebody that you talk to a lot? This is somebody you talk to quite a bit, or maybe they talk to you quite a bit. And you hope for the best for them. This could be somebody's kids too. Kids will do this. Or I don't know. It could be a friend. It could be your children. It could be somebody who you hope all the best things for. Somebody who you think an awful lot of. Okay? And They're just not responding the way you'd like them to. Maybe they're not responding at all. Maybe they are not finding time for you. But you've got some feeling for them. Show me the Four of Cups. I'm going to ask for further clarification here. Could I please have clarification on the Four of Cups here? For the emoji over user. Four of Cups, please. Empress. A very important person or a pregnant person. The Sun. Is it a Leo? Is it a Taurus or a Leo? Empress is Taurus. Leo is the Sun. Who's the Star? The Star is Aquarius. I don't know if these signs are meaningful. They could be, maybe not. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So maybe the reason why this person isn't paying attention to you is because they're so absorbed in whatever they're doing, something creative that they're doing that makes them happy. Okay, they could be working on an art project, or they could be working on some kind of job. But the Ace of Swords is here to tell you the truth and help you see clearly. But the Ace of Swords is also a tool. So maybe this person is so engrossed in something that they have to cut out all other things in order to concentrate on it, or they are so like addictively or obsessively involved with something that they're cutting out everything else. So at the detriment of everything else, this person could be fixated on something else. But there's been a lot of communication. Maybe you've been trying to communicate a lot. It's a tough one. Maybe there's a good reason for the communication. I don't know. Sometimes we just have to step back and let people go through their own processes. Even when it feels like, I can't. Even when it feels like, this is a train wreck. This is a train wreck ready to happen. I need to step out there and make it stop. If this is an adult person, you maybe can't make the train wreck stop. They have to go through their own changes. And it's hard to be a spectator. You can offer advice if they come around and ask for it. They may not take it. You can be a good listener. And that's worth a lot. But maybe not much more. But don't underestimate what it's worth either. Okay? All right. So let's look at your Urban Crow now. I was hoping that these little readings would go in like 15 minutes, but I am running into 20, 25, and we're almost at 24 right now. So let's look at your Urban Crow Oracle for Virgo. We need a good Urban Crow Oracle for Virgo, please. Thank you. And what are we going to have? 37, preparation. 3 and 7 is 10. 10 is the Alpha and the Omega. It is the end of something and the beginning of something. Okay. So let's give it a read. 37. Here in the Seattle area, we have lots of ferries, the kind that go across the water. That's what she's referring to. And these smart birds have mastered the ferry schedule. The crows know when the boat will return and on which side of the road the cars will disembark. While the ferry is crossing the sound, the birds harvest the clams from the nearby beach. They bring the clams over to the ferry landing and strategically place the clams just right so that when the cars leave the boat, they run over the shells, breaking them apart and leaving fresh clam meat for the picking. Preparation speaks to getting ready for something you know is on the horizon. A pregnancy? The Empress card, you know. For something you know is on the horizon and planning for it accordingly. It's about getting all your ducks in a row, or in this case, clams, so that you achieve the most beneficial outcome. I'm sure you know what that means. But we are now almost up to 26 minutes. So my dear, until we meet again, I love you. Take care and bye-bye.